They say 50, 30, 20 is the golden rule of budgeting, but for millions, it's a recipe for disaster. Sticking to this plan while navigating the complexities of student loans, variable income, and inflation will lead you to despair. Discover why the 50, 30, 20 rule might be the worst advice you've ever received, and what to do instead. So, what exactly is the 50, 30, 20 rule? It's a budgeting guideline that suggests you allocate 50% of your after-tax income to needs, 30% to wants, and 20% to savings and debt repayment. Needs cover essential expenses like housing, utilities, groceries, and transportation. Wants are non-essential items such as dining out, entertainment, and hobbies. Savings and debt repayment encompass investments, retirement contributions, and paying off loans and credit card debt. In some ideal situations, the 50, 30, 20 rule might work just fine. For instance, if you have a steady income, manageable debt, and live in an area with a reasonable cost of living, it can provide a simple framework for managing your money. However, the reality is that many people face far more complex financial landscapes. For Sarah, a marketing assistant in Chicago, the 50, 30, 20 rule can be especially hard to maintain. After paying rent, utilities, and managing student loans, she might find that her essential needs actually consume closer to 70% of her income. This leaves her with very little for wants or to put towards long-term savings. David, a teacher in Ohio with a family, may struggle to balance childcare costs and saving for his children's education within the 50, 30, 20 framework. Maria, rebuilding her retirement after a divorce, faces a different challenge. She might need to allocate more than 20% of her income to retirement savings to catch up. Kwame, despite a high income as a software developer, struggles with overspending. While he could theoretically follow the rule, his wants category might be inflated, hindering his ability to save effectively. Aaliyah, as an entrepreneur with an inconsistent income, finds that percentages are difficult to budget with. Some months, her income may struggle to cover even 50% of her needs. One of the biggest flaws of the 50, 30, 20 rule is its lack of flexibility. It doesn't account for variations in income levels, geographic location, or individual financial goals. High housing costs or a significant debt burden can make the 50, 30, 20 split unrealistic. Inflation also eats into this budget, especially in regards to groceries and housing. Unexpected expenses, such as car repairs or medical bills, can throw the entire budget off course. The economic conditions such as recession, interest rates, and job market plays a big role in a person's income. These are things a budget cannot predict and control. The key takeaway here is that personal finance is, well, personal. A better approach is to prioritize conscious spending, where you align your spending with your values and financial priorities. Track your expenses, analyze your cash flow, and adjust your budget as needed to reflect your unique situation. Consider other budgeting methods like zero-based budgeting, where you allocate every dollar you earn, or the envelope system, where you use cash for specific spending categories. The 50, 30, 20 rule offers a starting point, but it shouldn't be treated as an inflexible mandate. Financial literacy, careful planning, and consistent monitoring are essential for achieving financial security and reaching your goals. Remember to prioritize your financial well-being and create a budget that actually works for you. One aspect that this video didn't address is how cultural norms and family expectations influence spending habits and budgeting strategies. This can greatly impact an individual's ability to adhere to any budgeting rule, including the 50, 30, 20 rule. If you found this video helpful,